So thank you for joining me. We are going to start off today in a child's pose towards the back of the mat. I like to take a really nice wide leg child's pose. So my big toes touch, big gap between the knees, so my knees are as wide as the mat. And I'm just going to bring my body down, and either, up to you, if your forehead touches the ground nice and easily and it feels comfortable, then great, go there. If you need a little bit more height, either placing one hand on top of or one fist on top of another, and then just let the forehead rest down. Just depends on how your bodies are feeling today. And once you're there, just letting the eyes soften or close down. Just allowing ourselves the space on the mats. And to start with, take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, just let it go. Just letting everything soften down. Starting to find that connection between your breath, between the body, and then finding that connection between the breath, the body, and then the mind. So just allowing ourselves just to feel the presence of where our bodies are at. Any sensations you might be feeling. It could be a physical sensation, it might be a mental, emotional. Just allowing ourselves to be right here, right now. Using your next inhale, gently start to walk the hands forwards. So we're finding an active child's pose here. We're reaching the fingertips towards the front of the mats. Just gently maybe finding a little bit more space through the sides of the body, trying to draw the bums down towards the heels. Maybe you're feeling a compression through the hip joints. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more open through the back of the body. Just gently blinking the eyes open, and from where you are, pressing into the hands, just start to peel the body up. We're sending the body forward, start to send the hips down towards the ground, little engagement through the gut bum, lift the chest. As you exhale, we're going to send the bum back towards the heels, stretching back out through the body. So doing that 2 more times, breathing in to send the body forwards, letting the hips releasing down towards the ground, lifting through the heart. As you exhale, send the bum back towards the heels. 1 more time, breathing in to send the body forwards. Use the exhale to press the bum back. Inhale, bring the body into a neutral position. So just walking the hands in slightly. Tabletop position, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Lower bellies are drawing in. Spines are long, keeping the chin lightly tucked down, but not looking back towards the groin. On your next inhale, start to send your right leg out behind you. Have it up at hip height if you can. Lower belly's engaged, so think about trying not to let them flop down. We're looking for that slight tuck of the tailbone without falling over. From there, if you can, you're sending your left arm forwards. Have the thumb turned up towards the sky. Using an exhale, we're sending the right leg out towards the right side, left arm out towards the left. And then inhale to bring it back into center. Sending that leg out to the side, arm out to the side. Bringing back into center. 2 more. Arm goes out, leg goes out. Try and keep the hips the same level. Bring it back into center 1 last time. Send them out towards the side. Hold it there. See if you can point the pinky edge of that right foot down a little bit closer towards the ground. Holding for another 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the leg where it is. Place your left hand to the floor. Turn the right toes towards the front. You're going to lift that leg further a little bit more. Drop the foot to the ground. And then from where you are, just start to sink the bum back slightly. Feel that stretch down the inner thigh. It might be you can walk down to forearms here. Just work into whatever feels good in the body. Using your inhale, gently bringing the body back up. Hands underneath the shoulders. Lifting that right leg up. Point the toes down and then bring it back into center. Releasing that right knee to the floor. Going for our second side here. So send the left leg out behind you. Right arm's going to reach forwards. Sending the arm and the leg out to their sides. Bringing it back in for 1. Send the arms and the leg out to the side. Taking it back in for 2. We've got 2 more to go. Keep that lower belly hugged in as you send them out. Bringing them back in. Try not to let the leg drop down. 1 more time. Send them out, holding there for 5, 4, 3, 2. Replace the right hand to the ground. Turn the left toes towards the front. See if you can bring that leg a little bit further forwards, minding the furniture. Dropping the foot to the ground. Maybe then start to just send the hips back. Working into that inner thigh, that left side. Again, staying on the hands or coming down to forearms. Just trying to maneuver around however well you can if you've not got a lot of space. 1 more breath here. Gently bring yourself back up. Picking that left foot off the floor. Minding the furniture, sending the leg all the way towards the back. And then releasing that left knee down. Start to walk the hands slightly forwards with the shoulders, tuck the toes. We're going to send the hips up and back, work into our downward facing dogs. In your downward facing dogs, if you want to just have a little pedal out of the legs. So bending into one knee, bending through the other. Working the heels down. Might be you want to have a twist into the hips. Maybe work through the shoulders, bending one elbow, bending the other. Depends on how warm you're feeling, how your bodies are, what you've been up to. And then just allowing the heels to start to settle. Feet hip width apart and parallel. Hands around shoulder width. Think about sending the hands, press them into the floor. Lift the hips up. Remember, have a bend in the knees if you need it here. So if your hamstrings feel really tight and the back feels like it's rounding, keep that bend here. Otherwise, we're straightening them out as much as you can. And then beginning to walk your feet forwards, coming towards the top of the mat. Keeping the feet hip width apart, just having a softness in the knees. Hold on to opposite elbows and just have a gentle sway of the body from side to side. Let the body really hang heavy. Nod the head yes, shake the head no. Nice deep breath in. Exhale with a sigh, let it go. Releasing the arms and then slowly start to work your way up to a standing position. Head, neck, last points to come up. And once you're up, just gently rolling through the shoulders. Coming to Tadasana at the top of the mat. So big toes together, little gap between the heels. As always, any back issues, hip issues, step the feet hip width apart. Settle the arms down by the side of the body. Just closing the eyes down. Rooting the feet down into the ground, letting the crown of the head rise tall. Working with our breath, that inhale through the nose, exhaling out through the nose. Inhaling, exhaling out. One more time, breathing in. As you breathe out, just blinking the eyes open. On an inhale, sweep the arms, take them up overhead. Breathing out to hinge forwards, folding from the hips, bend the knees as much as you need, hands to the ground. Halfway lift on your inhale, so either fingertips on the ground, otherwise taking hands to the shins, lengthen the back out. As you exhale, hands to the floor, step the right foot back, knee to the ground, and then bring the body up into that low lunge position. Press the right hip forwards. On your exhale, we're sending the hands down on the inside of the left foot. Maybe just pedal the left foot out towards the left side. Send that right hip forwards and down. Coming onto the outer edge of your left foot. So just let the foot drop out, knee drops to the side. Try and keep the ankle and the knee in line if you can here. And then begin to twist into the body. Maybe take your left hand to the inside of that left thigh, pressing it away, open through the chest. On an inhale, bringing yourself back round to centre. From where you are, we're going to walk the hands over towards the right side a little bit further. So just keeping the hips pressing down. You might bring the hands to 45 degrees. They might be able to come around to 90. You might even be able to come down to forearms, but keep sending the hips forwards. One more breath here. We're walking the hands back in slightly. You're going to come onto your left knee. So we're dropping that knee down so the shin's parallel to the front of the mat. Come onto the inside edge of that left knee, left foot out to the side, and then bring your body around to come onto the foot of that right foot. See if you can have the right foot, the left knee in line, taking a half frog position. So walking the hands maybe slightly forwards. Might be you can come down to forearms. You might be able to press the bum back a little bit more. And you want to feel that stretch to the inner thigh, just as we did at the start. Taking one more breath here. Using an inhale, walk the hands back in. You're going to carry on turning the feet around. So just walk your right foot in. You're going to come around into low lunge facing that right foot. So you'll be coming towards the back of the mat. Send the arms high, pressing that left hip forwards and down. Inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, send the hands down to the inside of your right foot. Again, if you need to, just shimmy the foot towards the right. Pressing the hip down. Noticing how one side might feel compared to the other. We're going to come onto the outside edge of that right foot. Let the knee drop out. Maybe take the right hand to the inside of that right thigh, just opening into the body, looking over that right shoulder. Slowly making your way round to centre. Place that foot flat to the floor and then walking the hands over towards the left side. So again, either 45 degrees, 90 degrees, anywhere in that little semicircle. If like me, you're staying on the hands, stay here. If you could work down to forearms, you could come down to forearms. One more breath. Gently walking the hands in. We're going to come into that half frog position. So maybe move the right foot back, dropping down to the inside of that right knee. Right toes pointing towards that side. Move the left foot so it's in line with the right knee. And again, you might stay on the hands. This might be
enough for you. If you wanted to come a little bit lower, maybe bringing the forearms to the ground, maybe even send the bum back. Find a deeper stretch to the inner thigh. Spending one more breath here. And gently bringing yourself forwards, walking yourself back up onto the hands. We're going to work around towards the front. So left foot comes onto the floor, bringing the body up, turning the knees around, lifting the arms high. Using an exhale, send the hands down, tuck the right toes under, step that left foot into plank position. Either here, knees, chest, chin, otherwise chaturanga, high plank to low plank. Maybe upward facing dog or come into a cobra position, lower down. And then use your exhale, send the hips up and back. Work to downward facing dog, some nice clicks there in the hips. Settling here, maybe sending the hips a little bit higher. Using your inhale, looking forward, step your right foot through between the hands, come into high lunge. Bring the body up, arms rise. Left hip draws forwards, right hip draws back. Maybe you can take the gaze up towards the thumbs, maybe even pressing the palms of the hands together. Just making sure the bottom ribs are trying to soften down as much as you can. Gently bringing the hands into prayer at heart center. We're going to work into tree pose. So on your next inhale, pressing down through the right foot. Bring the weight forwards, whoop, lifting that left knee high. And then either bringing left foot to the inside of your ankle, calf, or you might want to give it a helping hand, bring it to the inside of that right thigh. Think about sending your left hip forward. If your knee comes out, whoop, not 90 degrees, don't worry about it. I would rather your hips be facing forwards than you try and switch the body around towards the side so your knee goes out. So hips forwards and then press that knee as far out as you can. Hands might come into prayer. You might even want to send the arms up and overhead, creating a longer line. Try not to do the child on the hip action where you send that right hip out to the side. Think about lifting up nice and tall, getting sturdy and strong through that right foot. One more breath here. Taking this into a standing pigeon. So if you need to drop the foot to the floor, great, work it there. If you can, you're going to try and bring left ankle just above the right knee. Flex into that left foot and then we're going to sink the bum back and down. Keep sending that left knee out to the side, pressing it back. Try and stay sturdy through that right leg. Hands might come into prayer, chest stays lifted. If it's available to you, you could have the arms reaching forwards. We're just going to work it here for a couple more breaths. Stay strong through that right ankle. Really nice, slowly lifting the body up. Send that left foot behind warrior two. So drop the foot to the ground, open the arms out. Gaze towards middle finger of the right hand. Inner thighs are rolling away from one another. We're going to take Skandasana. You've got my ass to your faces, sorry. You're going to turn your left toes towards the right corner. Start to sink down. Keeping your left knee bending, right leg straightening out. It might be you stay high. It might be you can continue to take the bum back and down. If the hands need to come to the floor, take them down. Maybe you can bring the hands into prayer at heart center, finding your balance, lifting through the chest. We're going to come into high lunge from here, but towards the back. So your left foot's going to be the front foot. So bringing yourself up and around, pivot onto the feet. Don't worry if you fall over. Right hip forwards, left hip back. Again, maybe allowing the gaze to come up towards the thumbs, have a little bit of a mess around with the balance, maybe pressing the palms together. Imagine your inner thighs are magnetised towards one another. This should help a little bit more with stability. We're going to work into tree towards that left foot. I'm going to bring my hands into prayer to make this a little bit kinder. We're going to lift the body onto balance on that left foot. Right foot to the inside of the calf, ankle. Maybe you're bringing it towards the inside of the thigh. Pressing that right hip forwards, allowing that knee to draw out towards the side as much as you can. Body is lifted, lifting out of that left hip. If it's available, maybe send the arms overhead. Maybe having a mess around with your gaze. So have a play. See if you can start to take it up towards where the ceiling and the wall meet. You might even be able to take them up towards the thumbs. If you're feeling really adventurous, you might be able to close the eyes down completely and stay where you are. We're going to work our way into our standing pigeons from where you are here. So moving right ankle up and over, left knee, sinking the bums back. Coming as deep as you want to go. Send that right knee out behind you, chest stays lifted. Especially nice if you've been out running or anything, some good stretch through those glutes. One more breath here. On an inhale, bringing the body up, lifting that right knee. We're going to send it out behind, come into warrior two, drop the right foot to the ground, windmill the arms open. So this time bending into that left knee, opening out. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper. We're taking it into Skandasana towards that right side. So turn the right toes towards the left. Right, even. Turn the right toes towards the right. Sinking down. Again, hands can come to the floor. You might be higher up. Your right heel might lift off the ground. You might be able to bring the hands into a prayer at heart center. Opening out here. One more breath where you are. As you exhale, we're going to release the hands round towards that right foot, pivot onto the ball of the back foot, step that right foot into your plank position, either knees, chest, chins, or your full chaturanga, upward facing dog on the inhale. As you exhale, send the hips back, downward facing dogs. On an inhale, just slowly roll forwards, bringing the knees to the floor, sitting back on the heels. We're going to work our way into frog pose. It's not the nicest positions if you've got quite tight hips. I'm going to turn around. Make sure you've got padding underneath your knees. You're going to try and send your knees as wide as you can. And try and make sure you're on the inside of the knees just to stop any pain. Turn the feet out so you're coming onto the inside of your ankles. Maybe you can draw the knees a little bit further apart. You might have the hands forwards and this might be where you stay. It's a really good position to be in, just breathing. If you need to back out at any point, back out of this. If this feels all right, you might want to bring yourself down onto forearms. You may then start to press the bum back, whoop, finding a little bit more of a stretch to those inner thighs. One day, or it might be today for you, you might come down flat as a pancake. I think I'm still a few years off that, but we're getting there. Just try and breathe into this. Make sure the jaw isn't clenched. Taking 2 more breaths here. And slowly walking yourself back in. Bringing the knees together. And then sitting down onto the bum, send the legs out in front. Take the soles of the feet together, knees wide, coming into Baddha Konasana. Now, if this proves more difficult for you, you could place the hands behind and think about sending your chest forwards, allowing the sit bones to come behind the back. You might want to pop yourself up on a pillow or a block if you've got it. This is a really good place to be. If you're okay here and you can stay nice and tall, maybe grabbing hold of the feet, maybe open them out like a book. If you wanted to take a fold, just gently bringing the body forwards. Think chest up and over the feet. Allowing the knees to press out. Taking one more breath here. As you inhale, gently bringing the body up. Hands either side of the knees. Bring the knees in towards each other. Just drop the forehead down. Squeezing the knees in as tight as you can. And then gently bringing the body up. Kind of come to find a laying position. So just allowing the back to come down. Still bringing the knees in. Just give yourself a little massage out into the back. So rocking from side to side. Allowing the feet to drop out wide. So as wide as the mat. Let the knees then drop down towards the left side. Maybe you're sending the arms out. If it's available and you want more left foot on top of that right knee. Just easing down. Left foot comes down, inhaling to bring the knees to center, and as you exhale, let them drop towards the right. Again, either holding here or right foot on top of the left knee. Until it's first thing in the morning, my belly has started to go, saying it's hungry. Gently releasing the right foot to the ground, bringing the knees up to center. It might be you come through Supta Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together, knees wide. Maybe placing left hand over the heart, right hand over the stomach. If you want to just let the legs extend down along the length of the mat. Maybe just let the arms rest down. Coming through a full Shavasana. Closing the eyes if they're not already and just softening the breath down. Staying here for as long as you need. You're ready to come out, just gently starting to wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Sending the arms up and overhead and just giving yourself a full body stretch. The knees draw in towards the chest, hug them down. Come to find rest over on your right hand side. Left hand presses into the floor as you bring your way up into a seated position. Hands come into prayer at heart center or just rest them over the knees. Let the chin drop towards the chest. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much. Namaste.